Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Engage 8 podcast. I'm Josh with my co-host,
Mike.
and today we are back both in E8. What do I call it?
East.
Yeah, it was E8 base north. E8 base north.
It's not north, though. It's east.
No, there is no east. There's only south, northwest. You're west, I'm north, and then Purdue is south.
I'm more north than you. You're south.
Whatever. We're here. It's trade deadline. The Super Bowl just happened. Obviously, the Seahawks won. Mike's a huge Seahawks fan. Bills and Colts included.
Only K9.
And we're gonna start with the NBA trade deadline though. We have a decent amount of trades here. We'll start with the one that didn't happen though, Mike. Giannis Antetokounmpo is still on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk on a lot of teams. The Warriors sounded like they wanted to get a trade done, but that didn't happen, and they decided to move their pieces elsewhere. The Bulls, I mean, they were rumored. I don't think that was ever really a realistic opportunity for him to go to Chicago, but
Yeah.
I'm not shocked he didn't get traded, but it sounds like I imagine the Bucks price is really, really high.
Oh yeah. I imagine it is through the roof. And you can't really blame them considering what some of the other big stars have gone for. But at the same time, I feel like it's hard to judge trades in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because like you have some that are like the Luka trade, which is crazy. Some it's like you way overpay for somebody, and it's like there's no consistent value. Like I wouldn't be shocked to see Giannis go for nothing or go for 8 first-round picks. Like I could see it going either way. I'm gonna skip over a lot of these trades here, obviously, but
It did sound like there was some team that wanted to trade him, but they were concerned that he wouldn't be able to be the second star to the instead of being like the main star of a team, being a team's second option.
so who was it? Spurs?
I don't think they ever announced who it was, but that's an option. I assume,
Spurs
but
makes sense there.
Yeah. Can Giannis be a second option? I don't know.
I don't know. Your Bulls made a lot of moves. We'll start with the first one. They got involved in the DeAndre Hunter sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And help facilitate that deal. They end up with Dario Saric and 2 second-round picks there. Keep that in mind. Very important going forward here, the 2 second-round picks. The next move the Bulls made was trading Lonzo, I believe, right?
No, we traded that. That's the Cavs traded on.
Or no, sorry, the Cavs traded Lonzo. It is. Oh, sorry, Vooch. Next one is Vooch here. They traded Vooch to the Celtics for Anthony and another second-round pick. Anthony Simons, good player, still on the team after the trade deadline.
Yeah,
correct?
I mean
Is he injured?
He's playing. He's a good player. He's a guy who's gonna go anywhere he goes. He's gonna go and get buckets, and that's what he did in his first game. Like the day after he got traded, he put up like 24 points right away. So
And then I believe the order of these are wrong here because I believe next was Kobe, right? They traded away Kobe White and Mike Conley, who they got in the which trade did they get him in? Fuck, I don't know. It's too hard to keep track of. They traded away Mike Conley though, and they got Colin Sexton and multiple second-round picks once again. So every trade they've had so far is second-round picks they're getting. And then the final trade here is they trade away Ayo DeSumo and Julian Phillips to Minnesota. They get back Rob Dillingham, Rob Tushifty, Leonard Miller, and multiple second-round picks. So I don't know their total of second-round picks, but I think it's got to be close to 10, right?
yeah, it's a lot. I think
Not a single first.
It's 2 this year, and then there's a couple in the future. They also traded Dalen Terry for
Yes.
Gershon Yabusele and cash, which Yabusele now is like their starting center, and I think he might still be their tallest player with Zach Collins out. Or I guess Leonard Miller's 6'10", Nick Richards 6'11", but they've been playing Yabusele at center, and he's
Oh yes, they went and got Nick Richards as well.
yeah. But Yabusele been playing like center for him at 6'7", so they're got to be the shortest team in the NBA at this point. They're out there running Yuki, who is listed. I don't know what his listed height. It's got to be like 5'8". It's 5'7". Yuki Kawamura is listed at 5'7", out there playing a decent amount of minutes and out rebounding some of their big men as well, which is
Just absurd.
insane. But obviously a defensive liability. They also got Jaden Ivey. I believe did we talk about the Jaden Ivey one too?
Oh, we did not mention the Jaden Ivey one. Which
That
trade was
they
that
traded
one?
Kevin Huerter,
Yes,
and they got Jaden Ivey, and that might have been Mike Conley as well in that trade.
Yes, that was it.
3-team trade.
Right. Yep.
Jaden Ivey, I think that's probably the best return they got. I think that's better than both the Kobe White trade and the Ayo DeSumo trade.
He did have a hilarious play the
He
other
did.
night, though. Like an all-time funny play.
He like hop skipped up the floor and then just threw a fastball right at the free throw line.
What was he thinking?
No idea. He was like 2 feet away. Adam Amin and Stacey King were crying during the broadcast with it.
So funny.
So funny, but he's a good shooter, and he does shoot at a better percentage than Huerter, which is kind of funny because that's the Pistons' reason for making that trade is to get more shooting, but
Yeah.
doesn't shoot at the same volume. But I think it's outside of the Io trade, I'm fine with all of them. I'm really upset with the Io trade. He's been playing really good this year, the best ball, and he's a Chicago guy, so you just wanted him to stay and
Yeah.
continue to work. But all in all, at least hopefully they start to lose games. That would be
Grade their
nice.
deadline.
If they would have not traded for every single guard possible, I think I would give them like a B, but I'm just gonna go with a C.
See, I think that's fair. My Suns didn't do much. They only made they got involved in that Nick Richards trade. Obviously, he went to the Bulls. Bucks got Nigel Hayes, Cash, and then the Suns got Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey, who may be on the roster, who may not be on the roster at this point. Who knows? The Suns are I don't want to say they're a contender, but they're like 10 games above 500. They're playing well. We got to talk Anthony Davis going to the Wizards.
Yeah, and then he's not going to play this year, so
Yes. As well as D'Angelo Russell goes to the Wizards in that trade.
and I don't know if he's going to play. I think they might have already said that he's not going to report to the team.
Just weird.
If I'm
You
not
never know
mistaken.
with trades. I feel like half the time the players don't even play.
Yeah, Marvin Bagley was in that trade as well. Mavericks got Chris Middleton. So I think if you look at the whole trade for the Mavericks now with the Luka Doncic, got to be the worst return for a superstar
Yeah.
ever. And the fact that it's maybe the best player, at least a top 3 player in the NBA, just an insane trade.
So what's their total return for Luka then? It's like Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Marvin Bagley, Tyus Jones, 2 first-round picks total.
Max Christie.
Max Christie. What other players came back in that trade? That might have just been it.
Not much.
So yeah, that's can we say the worst trade of all time?
I think you kind of
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's for sure the worst trade of all time. Just horrible. Except for the fact that they definitely 100,000% got them Cooper Flag,
Yeah, who's
who's
been
playing
on a tear.
amazing.
0-4 in the last 4 games, but averaging like 34 points per game.
Yeah. Which you'll take if you're the Mavs at this point. It's probably ideal, honestly.
Mhm. Wizards also made another big deal, getting Trae Young.
We talked Trae Young, I thought
we?
already. I thought we talked about that when that happened.
We might have, but they got Trae Young. So honestly, the Wizards kind of have a sneaky, really good roster. Now.
SARS had a pretty good year.
Mhm.
Bilal Coulibaly's up and down. Obviously, they have Trae Young and Anthony Davis now.
Some people were saying they're going to be a super team next year.
They might be. It'd be cool to see them be good. They haven't been good in so long. Jaren Jackson Jr. goes to the Jazz in a weird trade.
Yeah. We talked about this trade just with each other. They're kind of going with now. They're only at they're towards the bottom of the league, and now they have a core of Jaren Jackson, Walker Kessler, Keontae George, and I'm missing Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, that's big but good.
Yeah, it's good, but is that gonna? How much can that win you in the West? I don't know.
I mean, you got to have like the best team ever to win in the West at this point.
Well, they're saying the East is gonna be better next year.
We'll see. They say that every year. But one thing that is, speaking of the West, I saw a thing on Twitter the other day that was like, if Sam Presti wants your player, that's a reason for you not to trade him. And the Sixers traded away Jared McCain to the Thunder. Another young guard. I know he's had a bad year. He had a really good rookie year, got hurt, and has had a bad second season so far. But I'm with that logic. If Sam Presti wants your player, don't trade him.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I mean,
They're in the East, but still.
I feel like he just fits in very well with the Sixers. They're the Thunder team.
Yeah, he does.
He has a similar vibe. I think he's going to continue to bring
What,
good
light
vibes.
skin?
Just like the TikTok vibe.
yeah. No, definitely the TikTok vibe. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's a TikTok team right there.
Yeah, him and J-Dub.
Yeah.
And then they have the nonchalant Shea, but
Who acts like he doesn't want to be in the videos, but he does.
yeah. The East did, or I guess the Warriors got Kristaps. I kind of hinted at that. That was the trade they made instead of Giannis. They did trade the Cum Bucket and Buddy Hield, so
Yeah.
they're getting rid of Kuminga
They traded for a guy
finally.
with AIDS. Let's call it how it is.
A guy who just genuinely doesn't. Nobody really knows. It's got to be AIDS at this point. Nobody knows what he has, but just can't stay on the court.
Harden went to the Cavs, his seventh team or something, or sixth team, and we got sixth or seventh team, and we got a hilarious Travis Scott interaction after their first game.
Yeah.
JH and DM, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I guess he's He just follows James Harden around now. I
I
guess.
guess that's just his boy. Yeah, spent a lot of time.
I mean,
in
a lot of
Houston.
Houston Rockets fans still love Harden.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the only team he was kind of loyal to.
Yeah.
The other ones he doesn't really care at
No,
all.
it's kind of funny at this point. I want him to play for every team.
He's starting to get there. He's got to be getting close to the Shaq rainbow.
Yeah, he has to be getting close. I mean, he is at 16, so he's basically one away. I don't know about the colors if they add up, but it seems like Harden kept trying to go to like get to like better places, better like he went to New York, he went to LA, he went to Philly, who's even a good sports city. Now he's going from LA to Cleveland.
Yeah,
seems a little bit like a weird downgrade move. I know the Clippers were horrible and it was time for him to get out, but like, there's no way he requested to go to Cleveland, right?
yeah. I mean, he was saying that he didn't even request to leave, but
here
I don't know if I necessarily believe that. And they were also saying that Harden needs to start teaching Giannis how to request a trade.
Yes, no, he definitely needs to. I made this claim, I believe, a little over a week ago. It was right before the Harden trade, and the Harden trade makes me think that this claim is a better chance now. We obviously heard the reports that LeBron wants to leave the Lakers this year. I think come June, LeBron will be leaving the Lakers to lose at some point in the playoffs, and he will leave the Lakers. And I believe he's going to sign for his final season next year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And maybe it's going to be tough to afford now, but maybe they're saying, hey, we're about to go all in for one last season with LeBron. We're probably going to have a little bit of help from the league if we're going to try to do this and go all in for a 40-year-old's final season and try to win it all in his hometown.
Yeah.
I could see that as being a possibility. That's an explanation for why you trade away a young guard and a second-round pick for a 30-whatever-year-old James Harden, who is a consistent playoff choker.
Yeah, and it's just overall, I don't know how those two are going to work together, Mitchell and Harden. And then even if you throw LeBron into the mix, I don't think that necessarily helps.
It is three
how
good
they
players.
It's three good players. I just don't know how they work together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll
Especially
see.
defensively as well. I don't know.
I'd love to
Luckily,
see.
they have Mobley back there.
I'd love to see
18 and
LeBron
8.
back in Cleveland for the 18 and 8 for his last season. I'd love to see that.
I'd love to see that too. That'd be
What happens to Bronny
deserved.
in that situation, though?
like, package dealer.
If
gotta be
they
a package
traded,
deal.
if Bronny left and went to the Cavs after that, that would be unbelievable. I
Ronnie
think.
got like that dunk in Cleveland, and they were cheering for him. So
Yeah, bring him home. Is that it?
I'd say the last big one is the Zubac trade, though. That's a
Yes.
very big trade, which is the Pacers making a big risk, but it could also lead to a massive reward if it goes in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
They traded the Clippers traded Zubac and Kobe Brown. Clippers get Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, and then a couple protected first. I believe it was like top 4 protected and then 10 to something. I don't know, but the big thing is top 4 protected. So if the pick lands within the top 4, the Pacers are still going to get that pick on top of Zubac, and that could lead to I think easily the best team in the East next year with getting Halliburton back and Zubac and potentially one of the big 4 of Caleb Wilson, Darren Peterson, AJ DeBansta, and Cameron Boozer. That would be very, very scary, and I'd say the favorite to win the East.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think it's a scary team. You got to take into account Celtics will be healthy next year, so they're always a dangerous option with Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
You also, they like you said, they went all in. They gave up first. They gave up Ben Mathurin. The last trade I want to talk about here is the Clippers traded Chris Paul.
Yeah, I didn't even know they still technically had his rights. I thought he
guess
was just a free agent.
They did. He's on the Raptors now. So
Which I don't think he's reporting to the Raptors either.
Is he not?
I believe they just said you can do whatever.
What was the point of that trade then?
Yeah, his future still. Well, they still don't know. So
I'm seeing Raptors to waive Chris Paul.
yeah,
Poor Chris Paul, man.
poor guy just wants to play a couple more games. I mean,
I know it sucks, man. It sucks.
rough way to go out
Yeah,
for
definitely.
such a great career.
All right. Let's get into the Super Bowl. Let's get into the big game. Super Bowl happened. Seahawks won 30 to 15 or
Yeah,
something.
29-13.
29-13. Just not close. Score's right in front of me. Just got it wrong. We're gonna go by
off.
what?
One off. That's you can't say not close. You said 30.
I said 30-15.
oh,
29-13. It was off.
so 3 total. Though. You were off by a field goal.
Thank you. I was off by a field goal. Patriots were off by a lot more than a field goal in this game. We're gonna go chronologically. We'll start here in the first quarter. A lot of punts early for the Patriots. A lot of punts the whole game for the Patriots, honestly. But I believe they punted every single possession of this quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The Seahawks led opening drive with a field goal to go up 3-0. But I believe that was it for the entire quarter here. Big storyline, though, was just Seahawks all over Drake May early in this game, all over him.
Yeah, the pressure was really getting to him. Just so many guys on the Seahawks that, I mean, you didn't really hear of all season were making big plays. The one, I don't think that was in the first quarter, but they had that white guy. I've never even heard of him. He had a sack where he was hugging the offensive lineman and then got to Drake May. But Drake May was just struggling that entire first quarter, and the Seahawks came out and they were running the ball early, and that was the main factor. They were able to run the ball. The Patriots weren't really able to run the ball with Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, but Kenneth Walker started hot, and the field goals really started them out, and they took the points, and that's something that teams have been not doing as much in the playoffs, but the Seahawks did it here, and the first quarter was good for them. They had the lead 3-0.
Yeah, this game did. I know, and we'll talk about some of our bets that we said before the game, and if they hit or if they didn't hit. But we were right on this game hitting the under. It looked like it was going to be a lot lower early. There was obviously some I wouldn't say stat padding.
Oh, there was stat padding. 100% there was stat padding.
There was a little bit of stat padding at the end of the game. From
maybe the greatest stat pad ever.
You're talking about Drake May?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them. Move to the second quarter. This is where it started to feel like, because like in the first quarter, it felt like the Pats they struggled offensively, but they were playing good enough defensively where it didn't, like, not to say it didn't matter, but like they could always turn it on at any point and they could easily win this game. They just got suffocated in the second half too, or in the second quarter too. They got shut out in the first half, 9-0 at half lead for the Seahawks. The Patriots at halftime only had 50 total yards, like I think 5 punts, maybe 6 punts, and could barely cross midfield this entire first half. One of the worst offensive first halves ever, I would say.
They said it on the broadcast
from a team, and
it's like the worst offensive. I think they were like, it's the worst 3 quarters at the point.
Honestly, and I'm pretty sure, not to fast forward, but I think the Seahawks tied the record for most sacks in the Super Bowl in this game with 8.
I think it was 7.
Or 7?
I believe it was 7.
But yeah, just crazy stuff.
Yeah, the Seahawks defense showed that they were the best defense in football. Perfect conditions. You can't blame the weather or anything for Drake May here, and the Seahawks just shut him down. Witherspoon was fantastic. I mean, blitzing off the corner. He did it a handful of times in this game and got there. Later in the game, he made an even bigger play, but offensively, they just kept kind of playing it safe, running the ball, getting the field goals. They were up 9-0 at half, just taking the points. Kenneth Walker was getting them down the field. They couldn't get in the end zone, but I mean, you're up them being up 9-0, they felt like as long as they didn't turn, at least as a fan, it felt like if they didn't turn the ball over, they could just win this game. Just kicking a field goal every once in a while, controlling time of possession. And Drake May just looked flustered, and that's just a testament to Mike McDonald, and that defense is just so good. Derek Hall, that's who I was thinking of with he was not the white guy, but Derek Hall had 2 sacks in this game. He only had 2 sacks during the regular season. So just so many guys came up.
Doubling your sack total in the Super Bowl is crazy.
Yeah. And believe it or not, I don't know the story that came out about him. I think it's been known, but he had a 1% chance. He was like dead when he was born, had a 1% chance to live.
Saying he was dead when he was born.
I don't think he had a heartbeat when he was born, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. But had a 1% chance to live and defied all the odds, got 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. And this defense was, I mean, we kind of said last year, is this Eagles the best team ever? This defense is probably up there with one of the better defenses we've seen.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I don't think it's the best team we've seen, but I think it's one of the better defenses.
Yes, and they went into halftime with a 9-0 lead, and that's when one Bad Booney took the stage.
Yeah.
How did you feel about his performance?
I think I'm just like not the demographic, so I don't really have much to say.
Oh my God. This is like you're not gonna say whether you enjoyed it or not?
I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy it. I'm just not the demographic. I feel like if I was a Latin person.
Which one did you watch?
I actually ended up watching both. I went back and looked at both. But I imagine if I was a Spanish-speaking person, that would have been like the best halftime show ever. So I don't blame them for loving it. I also don't blame older people who don't speak Spanish for hating it.
Yeah.
I think both sides have valid reasons for their reasons.
Okay, I can't really speak on this because I only watched Bad Booney, but because you watched both Bad Booney and Kid Rock, wait, compare and contrast them.
It wasn't just Kid Rock. There was like 4.
Okay, give me one similarity and one difference between the two.
One similarity,
and you can't say they were both halftime shows.
They both did have a white person perform.
That's too.
That counts.
Broad. Too broad.
Lady Gaga performed, and I thought she did good. A lot of people have hated her cameo in there, thinking it just didn't fit at all. But I thought it was fine.
What about one difference?
One difference. Oh, one I think was pre-recorded.
Yeah, I think one was pre-recorded. Yeah, which not great.
Not great.
But yeah,
I mean, Kid Rock, his first song. I mean, that was it was a brutal listen. It was a really brutal listen.
I thought Bad Bunny did a good job. I do. I really think he did a good job.
I mean, I think he did a good job, especially if you're a Latin.
Yeah,
person.
if you're a Latin person. No, I agree. I think this would have been a great halftime performance at the World Cup
Oh yeah,
or at
100%.
even like fucking CONCACAF or whatever. like
There you go.
what
Good job.
am I thinking? Not that. I'm not thinking of
that's
CONCACAF.
right.
I'm thinking of Copa America.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, I was
Similar.
yeah, anyways, if he performed at that, this would make sense. It doesn't really make sense for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I get the NFL's trying to go global. It was a great performance. It didn't make sense for the Super Bowl.
No.
But shout out to Bad
But-
Bunny.
And he had a lot of good calls to the Latin culture. I know people were loving that there was a kid sleeping on a chair. It's like, oh, if you experience this at a wedding as a child, blah blah blah. The like stands. And honestly, I think it would have been better if he would have played some of the songs that I knew. Because I mean, I know like a handful of Bad Bunny songs or Benito songs.
Yeah.
Just none of them that really he played I really knew, except for the last one he played for like 2 seconds.
Yes. All right. Well,
I mean, should have played Mia. That'd have been.
yeah, that'd be
classic.
great. Apparently,
And Cardi
Drake
B
turned it
was
down.
on the field. Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
she was.
I thought she was about to perform, and I was about to get heated. I think I talked about that in the preview.
Yeah. I don't know if you did.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal was there. There was
Alex
a bunch
Earl.
of people. Alex Earl was on the field. Yeah.
Yeah. She was
A
with
couple
Tom
celebrities.
too before and after the game. I heard.
Yeah. I saw that. I think she was there the night before with him
Ooh,
at a party.
it's crazy.
Something brewing.
What do you have a prediction for next year's
I
halftime?
knew. I was hoping you were going to ask this, and I was thinking about this earlier. I feel like, what are the last 3 years now? Was Rihanna 3 years ago?
Yeah, Rihanna, Usher, Kendrick.
Usher, Kendrick, and now Bad Bunny. So I think
Yeah.
they're going to go back to female. And I mean, people keep saying they're going to go to country artists. I think they go female, and I think it's between two. And I said this, I think when we were predicting earlier, I said Dua Lipa, or I think they go Billie Eilish.
Mm.
It's in LA, so
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see Billie Eilish, and that would piss people off too.
You know who I'm gonna go with?
I did hear it was Jay-Z's done with it now, or
Yes, he
his
is done.
contract's up. So thank
Well,
goodness for
that and he's a pedophile, so it's a little bit of
Yeah, it
both.
better be.
But I'm gonna go with Miley Cyrus.
That's not a bad one.
The Super Bowl feels like they're always a couple years off of what they should be, and she had a big year a couple years ago.
Yeah, and you know another
Woman,
hearing that brings up maybe a Justin Bieber.
yes, and not that I care in any way, or I'm gonna say that I care in any way, but there has not been a white person in I believe 8 years in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Do you know who the last one was?
Would that be like Justin Timberlake or something?
It's
or
the one right after Timberlake.
Who was after Timberlake?
Adam Levine.
Adam
Maroon
Levine. Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
That was the
And-
last
well,
one.
and then before them, that would have been like Coldplay almost. Or
Coldplay,
Coldplay's 10 years ago.
Katy Perry. That was it was like that run, and then we hit Shakira, J Lo,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And I think Bad Bunny performed at that one.
he might have been. He might have. And then the weekend,
The Weeknd's was very good,
and then
but he had COVID restrictions, which sucked for him.
he had COVID restrictions, and then the one in LA with
With
all
all
the
the-
rappers, and then
After that, that might be
Rihanna.
Rihanna then.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think after that is then Rihanna, and then
And I think Rihanna's could have been so much better, but she was unfortunately pregnant.
hers was good though.
But it was good. Hers was very
out of
good.
that whole stretch, hers is probably my favorite.
Out of the ones we just named,
Yes,
I
the
think I'd
stretch since the
go-
last white.
I think I'd go The Weeknd and then her.
Yeah, the weekend was good too. All right, we can get into the third quarter now. This is when it. I mean, let's be honest. There's not much of a difference between the third quarter and the first and the second quarter.
Yeah, no.
It was the same thing. One field goal for Seattle, no offense at all for the Patriots, and they basically had. You want to say they had no chance based on if you just watched their offense, but the fact that it was still a 2-touchdown game, we all still had a little bit of hope. There's no reason to really talk about it. We get to the fourth, and then there's the big turnover.
Yeah.
From Drake May.
The big turnover. And
Fumbles the ball, easy touchdown for Seattle. They go up 19-0, and the game is over from there.
I think it all came down to whoever turned the ball over. And
Yep.
that in the game, I feel like was going to lose. And the Seahawks well deserved to get that turnover and get a touchdown. Witherspoon, again, made a huge play. And Uchenna Nwosu, you could call it a fumble. I don't know if they assuming they ruled it a fumble. But, I mean, no matter what, it would have been an interception.
Yeah.
And he returned that for a touchdown. And you kind of felt the
They
game
ruled
was
it a
over.
pick, I thought.
They did?
I think
Okay,
so.
well,
They should have. It felt like
actually,
a
I
pick
have
to
it
me.
right here. Yeah, they ruled it. I believe they ruled it. Yep, they ruled it an interception.
It never
for
hit the
Nwosu.
ground, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the point where Drake May had a couple touchdown drives to make it look.
To, of all people, Mac Hollins again.
Yeah, which. Did you see the way he walked in?
Yeah.
Crazy outfit.
They said, I saw people on Twitter, and then he was on the field doing weird stuff too with like a tank top and stuff. They said nobody's a bigger attention whore than Mac
He
Hollins.
is, bro. He's so weird. I'm sorry, he's weird.
I mean, he used to walk in with the no shoes.
He still does.
Yeah. But like nobody wants attention more than Mac
Yeah,
Hollins.
yes. Like, and especially nobody like as bad. He's not bad, but like as mid as Mac Hollins. Like,
he's not bad, but he's not like elite. I mean, he's 32, so I guess he's kind of trying to cling on to it.
yeah. And he did score a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it was a nice play. I mean, and those were by far the two best throws from Drake May.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then the defense forced a punt. They got the ball back to Drake May, and you think, oh no, the Patriots are going to do it again. May's looking like Collinsworth said May's starting to get it going now.
Yep.
And then he just threw one of the worst interceptions probably for him all year.
Speaking of Collinsworth, we got to talk about the call on that interception. He's like, I don't got nothing or whatever. He's like, I don't got anything.
I don't got anything to say for that one.
Yeah, it was just bad interception.
I love Chris Collinsworth.
One of the worst Super Bowl interceptions maybe of all time.
Yeah, just it looked like he kind of just felt the pressure in that moment finally.
Saying that like I know even like a third of these Super Bowl interceptions of all time, but it felt like it was one of the worst ones it could have been. And then last thing I wanted to talk about, or a couple last things. One, your boy K9 does win Super Bowl MVP. That's huge. I live bet Darnold at plus 1,300 right before the touchdown. Touchdown scored. He dropped down to a favorite. My cash out was already 4x of what I put in a minute.
Should have done
and
it.
I didn't cash out.
Should have done it. And Kenneth Walker got another like 40-yard touchdown called back. That would have blown the roof off and sealed it, but he got it regardless.
And did NBC not announce it?
Not announce what?
The MVP.
They did, but it was just weird. It's kind of like they wanted to get the ceremony done so they could get to Olympic coverage pretty quickly.
I guess, yeah.
So they had the stage up there, and they said, and now let's welcome in our Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Good for him. Last thing I want to say about NBC. Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico's the best crew in the NFL. They've been for years now, and before them, it was Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels. So Collinsworth's the guy. I know he gets a ton of shit. NBC probably isn't going to have a Super Bowl for a while, so enjoy it.
Yeah, that was a good one. For Sam Darnold, though, I mean, he played well.
Yeah.
Didn't turn the ball over.
Completion percentage
only got sacked one time.
Yeah.
The Patriots defense really didn't get to him.
A lot of incompletions for him, though.
Yeah, did break away from a couple of sacks, too. He was good in that aspect. And a guy who we thought would have a big game in the biggest game of his... I mean, I guess we haven't even talked NFL honors now that I think about it.
Yeah, we have not. So
and Pro Bowl. We missed the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, well, I think everybody did. We can run through honors here.
But Offensive Player of the Year was Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Yep.
Really quiet game, was banged up. I thought it was like a foot injury, but I guess it was getting evaluated for a concussion. And so the guy that stepped up in the passing game was, well, two guys, I should say, was Cooper Kupp and A.J. Barner. A.J. Barner finally broke the seal and got the touchdown, but Cooper Kupp was kind of Mr. Reliable, the guy he was going to, and just really good for Cooper Kupp to get that second Super Bowl and should, at this point, I think, be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's going to be. He has 2 Super Bowls now, and obviously that Triple Crown year is huge for him.
And did he get that MVP? Is he a Super Bowl MVP?
Cup? Yes, I won because I had him that year on Super Bowl MVP. He won. Yeah. We'll start at the top. Most important award, Protector of the Year, Joe Tooney. He won it for the Bears.
Yeah, good for him.
Didn't give up a sack this year.
I think he's deserved it. They turned around that offensive line. The running game was good, and that's a good one for him. I think that was his first Protector of the Year too. So
well, it's the first year of the award. So
I thought they had that before.
No, it's first year. Walter Payton Man of the Year, Bobby Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this award, because people get to just pick like who they want. There's no statistical like.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
He's probably one of the biggest names that was nominated.
I feel like they always give it to like a dude who's close to retirement, but like was really good in his career and did a decent amount. I guess Prescott's kind of an exception, but
yes,
and I think Eric Armstead won it last year. But good for Bobby Wagner. Happy for him. I'm just kind of happy it wasn't Kelsey.
Yeah, me too.
I'm shocked it wasn't. I mean, 2 years in a row.
That would have been crazy. Assistant Coach of the Year, Josh McDaniels. Hilarious, considering he's so bad as a head coach and so good as a coordinator.
Yeah.
Just so funny.
Really just wild how bad he is as a head coach. I mean, he's got to be one of the better coordinators of all time almost in terms of definitely success.
Definitely.
And just can't head coach a team to save his life.
I would say this is the most shocking one next, going into preseason or before the season would have been the most shocking to look at. Carson Schwessinger,
Yeah.
defensive rookie of the year.
I'm still in the camp of Nick Manowar. He deserved it. So
I mean, regardless, he won it over Abdul Carter, who was supposed to be
Yeah.
this generational guy.
yeah, but I was pulling for Manowar to win it.
Yeah.
Good for him though. I mean, he had a great season. I'm not saying anything about that, but he. I mean, in a normal year, maybe he deserves it. I just thought Manowar playing on the best team and still being able to shine deserved it, and
Yeah.
the best defense.
Agreed. Especially if they're going to give it to a guy who's already not a big name. Offensive rookie of the year, Tet wins it for Carolina. Good pick for them. A lot of guys who could have won it going into the season, and Tet takes it home. They made the playoffs.
Yeah, it wasn't really too much competition though after the season. A lot of the guys who you thought would have massive seasons didn't have.
Yeah.
And so I think he deserved that one. Good receiver, and that offense did way more than we thought they would, and made it to the playoffs. So.
Yeah, which I mean, if you're on a team that takes the Panthers to the playoffs, all those guys should be up for awards.
Yes.
Comeback player of the year, they gave it to CMC.
Yeah, and I'm happy for that. I think it's well deserved.
Agreed. Especially after everything last year with the knee injury and going to Germany and coming back and all that
Achilles.
shit. Or was it Achilles? I think it was both.
Yeah, he had a lot, and he played so much, touched the ball so much this year. So
yeah. Defensive player of the year,
not even a
Myles Garrett.
question. That was a given.
We already talked offensive JSN. Coach of the year, Vrabes.
Yeah, well deserved, but you also had the easy schedule. So
Yeah. So
hopefully that curse goes and bites you in the butt here.
what do you say that?
The coach of the year curse.
Oh yeah.
They don't last.
And now they're gonna get the hardest
Mm-hmm.
schedule in the division.
Bears fans were gassed that they didn't get it. So Ben Johnson didn't get the award, so they have another year of him at least.
NFL MVP in the closest vote since I think the 80s. Matt Stafford beats out Drake May by a couple votes.
Mm-hmm. One vote.
Was it one vote?
It was one vote. I think it was 25-24 or 24-23.
Crazy.
Thank God they got this one right.
Yeah. They almost fucked it up.
They almost did. So, I mean, after watching Drake May go, especially after watching this game where he goes up against a good defense and a good quarterback.
Yeah, I know the voters after this game were like, thank fucking God we didn't vote him as MVP.
Yeah, and I like Drake May. I think Drake May is good. He's only 23 years old, so he's still young. But if they would have given him this award this early, and I just don't think he did enough to get this award in general.
All right, then. That will be about it for this episode of the Engage 8 podcast. We'll be back.
Well, one more thing. You do know who has the Super Bowl, though. We did mention NBC doesn't get it for a while. Who has it next year?
Who is it? I forget.
ESPN.
Right. That'll be interesting.
That's going to be very interesting. They did release the logo, I believe. So.
Oh yes, they did release the logo. And did you see what they used to release it?
They used the lady.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Release them.
I wish they had
a phone to call you up. All right. Well, on that note, we'll be back next week. I don't know what division we're gonna recap next week, but we'll figure it out. Probably East. Click all the links in the description: TikTok, Spotify, social media, all that good stuff. And we'll see everybody in the next one.